You know, I'm not sure that the young lady here is concerned as to whether or not a bill came out or not. I'm going to ask you directly, I'd like to know your opinion on what we're hearing about gun control, the termination of AK type rifles, which they're talking about automatic rifles, which they're not automatic rifles. They're talking about banning semi-automatic rifles, which are rifles that I use for hunting. And I also want to say that I wrote emails both to you, Rob, Tony, and I wrote an email to Joan. I didn't get any responses, and that really bothered me. So I'm going to ask you directly, not whether there's bills coming out, not a whole lot of political talk. What is your personal opinion as to banning of weapons and ammunition and clip sizes, which seems to be three very large issues today? And I'd like each of you to respond to that.
Well, I'll certainly go first. I'm a pistol permit holder. Actually, I was at the Public Safety Building in Middletown for 2 hours today. We had a really in-depth presentation by the state police on all the various types of weapons that are being discussed in the media, to become familiar with all of them. I wish we could come up with a bill that could save lives. I just don't think that anything we can come up with will stop these deranged people from committing acts that have violence towards other people. I wish there were. But unfortunately, the position that myself is in, and Rob and Senator Hartley will be here shortly, we represent, our constituents. I represent about approximately 24,000 people. And I'm hearing from both sides. And as passionately as you are telling me how you feel, I'm getting the other side of it. And we have to try to figure out, what will be the best remedy for what happened here. The task force was a good idea. What's going to happen now, I know in our caucus, is our leadership will come to us, and every single point that's put in both proposals, they're going to see who could live with what and see if there's any common ground. I haven't really gone through this, so I really don't know what I can accept or what I can't accept. But I will tell you that, I don't think there's anything that we can do as legislators that could stop.
You can vote no.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I don't think there's a bill, and this is what I'm telling people, I don't think there's a bill out there that can solve the issues that we're attempting to solve.
Take the passion out and vote on the economics of it. Just look at the dollars and cents. It doesn't make fiscal sense. If it doesn't make fiscal sense, why do it?
Rob, you didn't get a chance to speak.
There's a second part to that question, Rob, which is asking you also for your position. And I'd really like to know your position. Tony, I think I understand what you said. And I fully agree that there's not enough money nor enough laws that would stop a crazy act like what took place. And we all know that. We all realize that it's a mental thing. But going forward, some of the gun things that they're proposing today are really far-reaching and can affect us citizens and us people that are sports people and enjoy guns. So Rob, again, I'd like to hear your comments on it.
Well, a couple things. And this will be a roundabout way, but I'll certainly get to your answer. Number one, and I've had, I think Sean Williams and I have met with Don Basil here, and we've said that when you have a tragedy like Sandy Hook, you can't expect nothing to take place. And let's be reasonable, correct? I mean, 26-year-olds were brutally murdered, so something is going to take place. So we can't just say no, 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 and dig our heels in the ground and expect nothing to change, because that's just not reasonable. Having said that, I do believe that the Democratic majority in the legislature has 2-to-1 in both the House of Representatives and in the Senate. So if they wanted to, if they had the votes, and maybe they do, they can put forth anything they want, and it doesn't matter what we do. They have not chosen to do that, however. And this has been, for the most part, a bipartisan effort. The task force is equally represented by Republicans and Democrats, equally chaired the 3 subcommittees by Republican and Democrat. The gun task force, or subcommittee, if you will, is chaired by a good friend of ours, Representative Craig Meyer, who I think is an incredibly thoughtful person, who is an avid sportsman and certainly a strong defender of Second Amendment rights. If you look at my record, you'll see a great scorecard from the NRA each and every year on my Second Amendment defense. I do believe that I can support the proposals that came out from the Republicans, and if you'd like me to go through them, I will. I don't believe I can support the proposals that have come through on the Democratic side, okay? And I've had conversations with Don and with people like Ed DeCourtin in the back and some others, and I see both angles of it, but I do believe in your respect when you talk about stag arms, and I read the article yesterday about the gentleman came up with a left-handed firearm. It was pretty neat how he came up with that niche. So God bless America, that's entrepreneurism, good for him. And you don't want to see 200 jobs leave the city of New Britain. So, I mean, if you like, I can certainly talk about, have any of you seen these?
I haven't
If you could outline